What's his name?
Boomer.
Gooner?
Oh, Boomer.
Oh, Boomer, huh? Yeah. So you can just walk around with him outside. He just loves to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks. See you, Boomer.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Scott shares the park with Lucy.
Louise Bibble was in exile. Her parents had brought her from New Orleans to Southampton in May, hoping that the active outdoor life proper to a girl of 15 would take her thoughts from love. But north or south, a storm of sapling arrows flew about her. She was engaged before the 1st of June. Let it not be gathered from the foregoing that the somewhat hard outlines of Miss Bibble at 20 had already begun to appear. She was of radiant freshness. Her head had reminded otherwise not illiterate young men of damp blue violets, pierced with blue windows that looked into a bright soul, with today's new roses showing through. She was in exile. She was going to Glacier National Park to forget. It was written that in passage she would come to Basil as a sort of initiation, turning his eyes out from himself and giving him a first dazzling glimpse into the world of love. His mother told him that on condition of his keeping the batteries on charge and washing it once a week, his grandfather had consented to let him use the electric whenever it was idle in the afternoon. 2 hours, and I'm sorry for interrupting, but of course this is an electric car, which they had back then and now getting again. So just in case you didn't know what the electric was, it's an electric car. 2 hours later, he was out in it, gliding along Crest Avenue at a maximum speed permitted by the gears and trying to lean back as though it were a Stutz Bearcat. Imogene dissuaded him from the front of her house and he came to an uncertain stop. "You've got a car." "It's grandfather's," he said modestly. "I thought you were up at that party on the St. Croix." She shook her head. "Mother wouldn't let me go. Only a few girls went. There was a big accident in Minneapolis, and Mother won't even let me ride in a car unless there's someone over 18 driving." "Listen, Imogene, do you suppose your mother meant electrics?" "Why, I never thought. I don't know. I could go ask her." "Tell your mother it won't go over 12 miles an hour," he called out after her. A minute later, she ran joyfully down the walk. "I can go, Basil," she cried. "Mother never heard of anyone getting in an electric. What'll we do?" "Anything," he said in a reckless voice. "I didn't mean that about this old wreck making only 12 miles an hour. It'll make 15. Listen, let's go down to Smith's and have a claret lemonade." Why, Basil Lee. Just real quickly, Smith's did exist. In fact, right over here, where it was the Orpheum, just next to the. It was just next to the Orpheum, which was just next to the Landmark.
It's already behind him, somewhere back in that vast obscurity beyond the city, where the dark fields of the Republic rolled on under the night. Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgastic future that year by year recedes before us. It eluded us then, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch out our arms farther, in one fine morning. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past.
You will find that you have created nothing. And I think that's always interesting to me when I'm thinking about writing a character.
We line up for cake in memory of F. Scott Fitzgerald.